Good morning, America. It's a lovely Saturday morning, June 25th, 2016. I got to tell you about an incident. Oh, by the way, welcome to the Liars News. That's the news where it's utterly false or outright lies, falsehoods and lies. But it passes off as the real news because a lot of people are just not listening. So here we go. Here's my story. Last night about 1 a.m., two cops pulled over a vehicle that had lights flashing inside, outside. It looked like E.T. spaceship. And these two lunatics, certifiable lunatics, dressed up in Star Wars outfits, were playing hippie, trippy acid music like Black Sabbath and all this weird sounding. So I come out here with the camera, and the two cops, it was Officer Sellers, and the other one was Officer Ray. And Sellers is the rookie cop, and Ray is the senior cop. He spent about 10 years in Oceanside with the gang unit, so he's a tough cop. And the other one, the rookie, he's a tough cop too, although they don't look it. They're like handsome dudes. There's like Starsky and kind of Hutch, but not really. They're Coronado. And I mean, anyway, so to make a long story longer, these two lunatics couldn't even get out of the car, never mind do the sobriety test. One claimed they were aliens, landed in the wrong place, and that they was trying to get to Graceland. And so the cops dragged them out, stood them up, they fell down, stood them up, they fell down, and then another weird vehicle comes right behind them, and I mean, same thing. It's like they're all going to this mentally ill parade, so the one that pulled behind started honking and flashing. He had sirens, just like E.T. Woo, woo, like that. And the cops were going, "What?" He said, "What are you doing to those two people?" And he said, "What do you mean, what are we doing to them? They're drunk and they're driving." And the other guy shouted, "Where are their wheelchairs?" So, you see what I mean? It was like they dragged two guys out who were handicapped. And then when they looked in the car, they found out they had special adaptation for steering, and they didn't use their feet. They used everything with their hands. They went, "Oh my God." So anyway, it doesn't matter. They were still drunk, or worse. Anyway, the guys in the car got out, and they were one was dressed as Captain Kirk, the other one was dressed as Spock, and they started giving these cops holy hell. I filmed the whole thing, by the way, but I'm not allowed to show it because Star Wars people, you know, accused me of plagiarism, and even though it wasn't anything to do with them, I've got to be very careful with liability and stuff like that. Anyway, the other one, you're not going to believe this, was Mayor Tanaka. Yes, Mayor Tanaka, and a close friend, and the one that was dressed up like Spock was Mayor Tanaka, and so anyway, he pulled his ID out and said, "Yeah, I'm the mayor." And they said, "Well, Mayor, what are you doing dressed as Captain?" He said, "We're on our way to Graceland, and why are you interfering with us?" And so anyway, finally the cop said, "Okay, you're all going to jail, every one of you," because it looked like the mayor was, well, maybe he wasn't drunk. And by the way, don't forget, this is the Liars News, so if anybody's trying to sue me, I'll save you the trouble. You can have everything we've got right now, the whole $14. But anyway, getting back to Starsky and Hutch, these two cops, I filmed them, and they eventually had to wrestle these guys down. It looked like a tag team match, and the cops were like 30 minutes trying to wrestle these guys, and every time they'd get them locked up, they'd escape. One claimed he was Houdini and kept popping out of the handcuffs. In the end, they called in like an ambulance, a fire truck, SWAT team, even the military came, and still it wasn't enough. What? I mean, it was a Donnybrook, let me tell you. Anyway, the Mayor Tanaka claims that he was falsely arrested, and he wasn't, because I saw what he did. However, don't forget, this is the Liars News, and whoever wants to sue us, you can't, because we're telling you it's a lie, but it's really not. Or is it? And there you have it, Al Graham for the Liars News in Coronado.